Alrighty, friendos, welcome in. So in today's video, we're going to do another episode of You Decide, where we play on Zero Sanity, Zero Evidence. I do all the tests necessary to figure out the ghost, but I'll tell you guys what the ghost is. You all get to figure out what the ghost is. However, I just recently prestiged I'm level 7, so I don't have access to smudge sticks yet. So what I thought we'd do, I need to get to at least level 14, and then we're going to be having tier 1 equipment, unfortunately. But I thought I would take you all along on some Camp Woodwind games, which is what I normally use to level up. I posted a video on it on my channel. I can link it below. But I need to get at least 14 so we can actually do some legitimate Zero Sanity, Zero Evidence games. So I thought I'd take you all along, turn them into You Decides, and I'm only going to include the obvious ghosts. So if you're like, she's only getting obvious ghosts, this isn't fair. Well, I'm going to exclude the non-obvious ones because that's no fun to be like, I don't know what this ghost is. So I'm going to run some games, get to at least level 14, take you all along, let you try to figure out what the ghost is with me. And yeah, we have no smudge sticks to do this, so I'll show you how I do this with no smudge sticks as well. Without further ado, to Camp Woodwind we go. So all you need to know for figuring out these ghosts is that the ghost speed is normal, it's 100%, and the breaker is broken, so you cannot figure out Jinn when we're doing this. But all the other obvious ghosts from like a one hunt, you can be able to figure out. I'll go ahead and point it out right now in case you want to know what ghosts you can actually probably figure out. I'll just cross off the ones you probably can't. That might be helpful. Let's see. Probably not you. Probably not you. Probably not you. You. I mean, some of these you can with a couple nuanced stuff. Maybe even mimic. Let me see. But these are the ghosts you'll probably be able to figure out while we're doing this. Okay. Without further ado, when I have no smudge sticks, I usually take like, I don't even have crucifixes yet. Scary. We'll take a EMF reader. Do I have a motion sensor objective? I don't. We'll take an EMF, yeah, I'll take an EMF reader for the objective, and maybe a parabolic for the objective, and just hope the ghost isn't on top of us. I'm gonna crank up the brightness really quick. Okay, much better. Alright. We are going in. Oh. Ghosty, come here. Oh my god. So my guess and go ghost, if I don't know what the ghost is, as some of you may know, is always Goryo. So this was a complete guess right here since it was an obvious ghost. We actually got it right. It got us even closer to level 14. Okay, let's try to get an actually obvious ghost though. Here we go. Alrighty, and we're going in. Motion sensor down, salt down. Okay. Oh, alright. Ghost is over there. Ghosty. Okay. Did I even like do any objectives there? I could have escaped it. Okay. Actually, do believe I know what this ghost is. Let's go and hop outside. Take a peep at the journal. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Let's go down and see if we're right. Ghost is indeed the twins, and that time it was a slightly slower twin, which is actually kind of cool because normally I can't really figure out twins on this difficulty because usually I have like line of sight with me, and then I don't know exactly what their speed was before they saw me, but at that time it was this slightly slower twin. So twins, when they hunt, will either be slightly faster or slightly slower than normal, and this was a slightly slower twin. Okay, hopefully one more good game, and I will be able to do get smudge sticks, and we'll be able to do an actual Zero Sanity, Zero Evidence game. Okay. Actually, I do believe I know what a ghost is. Let's go ahead and step outside. Take a peep at the journal. 4. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Let's pull it out and see if we're right. Ghost is indeed a Moroi. So the reason I knew it was a Moroi is because it was fast when it started hunting, right? And the way the Moroi works is it's faster to lower your sanity. And we do start out at 0 sanity on this difficulty. I maybe should have stated that, but I think it was kind of assumed when the ghost was hunting right away. So we were at 0 sanity, meaning it was fast, but that could still have meant that it was like maybe a Moroi or Thay. And the way I was able to decipher between Moroi and Thay there is that near the end of the hunt, I stood up to see if it gradually got faster and faster as it came towards me, because Morois will gradually speed up the LOS as they're chasing you, and Thays won't. And this ghost did, like ever so subtly, it got a little bit faster as it was chasing me. And so that's usually how I figure out Morois on this difficulty, is if I look to see if the ghost gets faster. Morois will also, I should say, ignore you for an additional 2.5 seconds after you blind them if you're using a tier 1 smudge, but sometimes that's hard to tell with how short the hunts are on this difficulty, so I usually look for the speed up. Alright, we now have smudge sticks. I think I got one bad game against a shade, and I guess kind of that Goryo, but you technically got it right. So we do have everything to actually do a 0 sanity, 0 evidence run. Let's go ahead and get that difficulty set up, and we'll go ahead to Willow Street and do it. Go and get my smudge timer up on screen as well. And I will also crank down the brightness so we aren't blinded. Alright, so going with the typical 0 sanity, 0 evidence loadout. Yeah, we have tier 1 equipment unfortunately, but this is definitely still doable. Oh, and we got a bone right off the bat. Ew. Money, 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 money. And now, we wait. We have a close by ghost. Okay. Okay. Don't particularly appreciate you turning off the light, but okay. And I'll go into a timer for how long it takes to hunt, just in case I cut right here and I want y'all to know how long I've been sitting here waiting. Oh. Alright, hunt is over. So yeah, the timer on the top right is the smudge timer in relation to when I smudge the ghost and it hunts again. So while that is going, we're gonna grab a couple more things. Okay, we'll put maybe one crucifix here, but it did hunt from like right here, right? So another cruci like maybe here. Alright. And I unfortunately only had time to grab one candle because I want to make sure we're inside. See what the smudge timer is like. So, there we go. Oh. Okay, well, I do believe I know what the ghost is. Let's go ahead and not go into the garage. Let's go to the front door. Step outside. Take a peek at the journal. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Let's go load out and see if we're right. The ghost is indeed a demon, and the reason we know that is because it hunted under 90 seconds. We see the timer in the top right. Hunts under 90 seconds after I smudged it. So normal ghosts will wait for till that timer hits 1.5 minutes to hunt. spirits will have to wait for 3 minutes, but a demon can hunt under a minute and a half if it wants to, which thankfully this ghost did, which I've been trying to, during these videos, like make sure I stay inside after I bring in the first round of items so we could see potentially the demon ability. And thankfully, this ghost did it. I actually almost wanted to go shade at the beginning because it like did an airball ghost event in the kitchen and then hunted like right outside the kitchen as if it was trying to avoid me. But it actually almost ended up being the exact opposite ghost, which is kind of funny. Nice. Okay, let's go to a ridge view and do it again. My poor equipment board just looks so sad. So sorry, equipment. Alright, and we are in... Get all the lights on. Oh, yo, another rib cage? Oh. Okay, so I do think I know what the ghost is. However, I do want to stay for one more hunt. Oh, I think it just turned on... Yeah, just turn on that light. Oh, and play the piano. We have a couple of things. Okay, so I did bring in a crucifixes, like 2 crucifixes, I should say, and a candle, but I'm gonna let it hunt one more time before I get this stuff set up. Ooh, so we'll just put these things in here for now. I may not light the candle just because it only has like... Is it 2 minutes on the tier on candles? I can't remember the exact timing. It's just not a lot of time. So I'm gonna wait to light it. I just turn on another light. Sheesh. Oh? Hello? Good day? Maybe I will light this candle then since you're near-ish. Okay. Okay, so it's actually not the ghost I thought it was. So let's go ahead and move operations to its actual ghost room. Boom, boom. I think this is the ghost. Oh, okay. Well, I think that is correct. Oh. This ghost is just trolling me at this point. Oh god, my candle is like almost out too. Let's extinguish it for a second. Okay. Ah! Oh, not the cruci. I wasn't ready. Alright. Harassment. Okay, hopefully that candle lasts. Let's go get another one. Nope. More harassment. Come on, candle, you can do it. I believe in you. Okay, well, I do actually believe I know what the ghost is now. Let's go ahead and step outside. Take a peep at the journal. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Let's go load out and see if we're right. Ghost is indeed a mimic. And I actually did go back inside after I showed the journal to check for orbs. And this happened. Oh my god, that is exactly what I was afraid of when I went back in there to do what I just did. Oh, wait, it just became a Dio. Oh my god. Yes, the ghost literally became like almost the opposite of the ghost it was before. So let me go and first explain how I knew it was a mimic. I first time I thought it was twins. That's why I sat and listened to see if it was twins again, and it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't twins the first time, but I thought it was like slightly faster. I don't know what ghost it was the second hunt. Third hunt, it was a revenant. And then the fourth hunt, when I went in to check for orbs, it became a Dio, and I had no lights on. So I was like panicking, trying to use my matches to see where the heck I was going. But the main tell for mimics on no evidence is one, they will have evidence, which is ghost orbs. The only ghosts on no evidence have evidence, which is orbs. And two, they will change their behaviors, which this ghost very happily changes behaviors. I think that's the first time I've had a ghost go from a revenant to a Dio like that. And that was so unfortunate because I was in the dark trying to look for orbs. Oh man, that's one way to get your blood pumping in the morning. Okay, well, let's go and hop on to Tanglewood and do it again. And I get this question a lot as far as mimics go. They can mimic any ghost behavior. So if they choose to be a Dio, they will... Oh. Hello. They will be just like a Dio. They will come and find you wherever you are and be very slow. They even can mimic the Banshee scream if they're mimicking a Banshee, which actually got recently... Oh my god. In one of my videos. So yeah, they can mimic whatever ghost they're being, they can mimic that behavior, except for Goryo dots. If they're mimicking a Goryo, they can't have Goryo dots because they don't have dots as evidence. Ghosty. Okay, so I do believe I know what a ghost is. Let's go and step outside. Oh, and to start a smudge timer out of habit. I'll go and take a peep at the journal. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. And let's go down and see if you're right. The ghost was indeed a hantu. And the reason, God, this guy always wants to talk while I'm trying to explain. The reason I knew it was a hantu is because when I started hunting, it was slow. And the way the hantu works is that it is fastest, or I should say faster in cold temperatures and slower in warm temperatures. And we started this difficulty with the breaker on, so the house is going to be relatively warm. So it was slow. It would be a little bit faster like in its ghost room, but I don't think it started like maybe like exactly in its ghost room. The ghost room will always be the coldest room in the house. Another tell for hantu is that they don't gradually speed up with line of sight, which this ghost wasn't doing. And now maybe you thought potentially it was a Dio. But the reason I knew it wasn't a Dio is because one, it didn't like have that super fast speed whenever it was coming towards me, which Dios will have. Also, sometimes what I like to do if I'm not sure if it's a Dio or hantu is I'll let it get really, maybe a little bit too close to me than I should. Because a Dio will slow down to almost like a standstill pace when it gets really, really close to you. And then a third tell between hantu and Dio is that a Dio has a much more visible blink while it's hunting compared to a hantu. Now, if I were to turn the breaker off, a hantu would have, you'd be able to see its like cold breath in any room in the house. But on this difficulty, you usually don't have to do that because it'll just be like really slow and then won't gradually speed up with line of sight. All right, let's go in. I normally don't do Udicides on Edgefield. Let's go and spice it up and try some Edgefield Udicides. Edgefield just doesn't have the most fantastic looping spot and also not the most fantastic like hiding. I'm actually gonna go check what my hiding is before I even go to the looping spot, which the only spot to loop the ghost. Oh. It's a living room. Okay, I think the hunt is over. Alright. That happens a lot on this map because I always want to check to see if I have hiding in the garage before I go loop it. Yeah, this is the only spot in the house to loop the ghost, unfortunately. Which is, I have to go all the way from here to the garage to get away. But we'll make it work. Okay. Now we are in position to make magic happen. Maybe I'll turn this light on too so I can see a little bit easier. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Well, that was an absolutely thrilling experience. Okay, well, let me get a few more things set for this ghost, and then we'll go from there. Oh yeah, bone. Very nice. Wait, dude, I always think that's the bone. Like the weird shadow from, I guess, that beam. Legitimately looks like a bone. I got you baited. I'm not exactly sure where this ghost room is exactly, especially after it like evented. So maybe we'll just set up in this room. Perfect. Exactly how I want it. We'll set up at that room and see what happens. Never seen the crucifix do this before. What even? Okay, so we're actually not too far. I might put this out there then. Oh. Okay, just kidding. I'm gonna move it back in here. No, don't fall over. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Not a fire hazard at all. It's totally fine. Oh. Oh. Dude, a demon child should not be making that noise. Ma'am, please. Harassment. Got my candle. I still got a little bit of time left on it. We're fine. It's fine. Okie dokie. I can't really see. Alright. There's that. Well, I do believe I know what the ghost is. I do believe, see, I might do like one or two more tests here. Oh. Ghosty, come here. Okay, hunt is over. Okay. Very interesting. I kind of put that salt in a bad place to put a motion sensor. Is the beam even on? Okay. Right, so I do think I know what the ghost is. Oh, here we go. Alright. I do believe I know what a ghost is, so I'm gonna step outside. Y'all take a peep at the journal. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. And let's blow it out. See if you are right. The ghost was indeed a wraith, which I'd actually kind of expected from the first hunt, because actually after the first hunt, I should say, because the first hunt, it seemed like it hunted upstairs, but then as we were waiting for it to hunt second time in the living room, it like hunted, or sorry, I should say it vented on us before it hunted, which we were decently far enough away that the only ghost that would do that is like a teleporting wandering ghost, which immediately narrows it down to Wraith, Phantom, Banshee. However, Banshees can't stalk you between floors, so what that means is that I would have to be on the second floor where its ghost room is for it to do Banshee things. So I'd crossed off Banshee. Then when it started hunting, I was paying attention to its blink to see if it had a very long blink, meaning it could be a phantom, and it wasn't. Like, it had a pretty normal blink. So I was immediately thinking Wraith. Like, Wraith, it had TP'd down to the living room, evented on me, and then hunted. But the main way to tell for Wraith, which is kind of a newish feature, is that is to put down salt and see if it steps in it, which it can now do during a hunt. Sorry, I should say the stepping in salt during a hunt is kind of like a newish feature. So you can put down salt near the path where it's probably going to be hunting and see if it steps in it. And if it doesn't step in it, is a Wraith. And I was trying to make 100% sure that I was actually walking through the salt. That's why I stayed a little bit longer to see if it stepped the salt. And it didn't. When they ghost event, they also can step through salt. And so there at the end, when she did a ghost event, came right through the salt and didn't step in it. Immediately knew it was a Wraith. And I actually was kind of confused when she took 3 minutes to hunt. Like, literally, like, almost 3 minutes on the dot. She hunted and used the crucifix. So I was like, were you just a spirit this whole time? Or maybe a mimic? But sometimes ghosts just do that. Sometimes non-spirits will just wait that long to hunt for no specific reason. I've actually had demons wait 3 minutes to hunt before, which is just really unlucky. But yeah, main tells for Wraith is that they will not step in salt. Like, they won't leave an actual visible footprint in the salt. And they also have a teleport ability, where they will teleport to you anywhere on the map. And when they do that, they will give you EMF 2 or EMF 5 if you're playing with evidence. And also I should mention, the second time we smudged her and she hunted after 90 seconds was a big tell that it was not a spirit. And I didn't really suspect Mimo at that point because she had seemed like a Wraith the first time, or I should say the second hunt. So I wasn't concerned about Mimo. I didn't even check for orbs. Okay, I think we got time for one more game. So let's go to like maybe Grafton? I haven't done a Grafton You Decide in a long time. Well, let's do it. Alright, and we are in... Usually on Grafton, I like to get my first visuals of the ghost up. Oh, okay. Okay, hunt is over. What I was trying to say is I like to get my first visuals of the ghost up here. Also, depending on where the ghost is, which the ghost is actually in a perfect spot for that. And I do think I know what the ghost is. I think I want to stay for just one more hunt, just to be double sure. So I'm gonna grab a couple things to test for the ghost. I'm just gonna let it hunt one more time. So I'm just gonna put these things in here. Let me grab this stuff. Okay. No, it might be hard for me to tell when it hunts again because the Grafton front door is just so quiet when it starts hunting. Think it's hunting? Okay, so yeah, I'm fairly confident on my assumption of what the ghost is, so let's go and hop outside, take a peep at the journal for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. And let's go down and see for Wraith. This was indeed the twins, and both times it hunted, it was a slightly slower twin. I was pretty sure of this the first time, but I was like, I don't know if my ear's off. Let me listen to it like one more hunt. And both times it hunted, yeah, I was like slightly slower than normal, which my rule of thumb for like figuring out normal ghost speed is I'll saying, this is the rhythm of the night, and see if like the footsteps match up to it. And if it's like I kind of have to like slow down my rhythm of the song or speed it up to match up to the ghost steps, like just ever so slightly, it's most likely twins. Alright, well I do believe those are all the games that I have for you guys today. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, make sure to drop the video a like. If you'd love to drop me a sub, good luck ghost hunting, and I will see you in the next one.